everybody, Pam with Normal Liz Cloth. Today is day 5 of the Flats and Handwashing Challenge. I feel like this challenge is just zooming by. So, first thing, if you want any of those little commemorative pins, they're still on eBay. That link is in the description box below, as well as the link to the Rafflecopter for the Bebeboo Diapers $25 gift card giveaway. A winner's going to be drawn on Sunday, and that giveaway runs through Saturday up until midnight Sunday morning. So you have until then to go sign up. All of the links that you're going to need are in that Rafflecopter. Just click the link and do what you need to do. Sign up for a chance to win a $25 store credit. Today's topic is open topic, and it's like my favorite topic ever because this is usually when I go crazy with, well, numbers. Last year I did a comparison video comparing hand washing to machine washing, the water consumption, the detergent use, the energy consumption, all that fun stuff. This year I thought I would do yet another comparison, but in order to put this video together I had to pre-record a lot of it because it's things that I couldn't do during the challenge because obviously I would have to stop doing the challenge to do it, because this was a comparison between vintage and modern flats. But obviously I needed the time to try the flats out and to do all of that stuff, so I had to do a lot of the recording before. So without further ado, here is Pam from a couple weeks ago. Hey everybody, I thought a good topic for open topic would be a comparison between vintage cotton flats and modern cotton flats, except that I couldn't record this during the challenge, so I had to pre-record this because I'm not only going to give you a side-by-side comparison, but I'm also going to try to use them. So the vintage diapers that I found are these bell crest pinked-edged bird's eye diapers. It took a little bit of sleuthing for me to figure out what this was because while it might be obvious to some in older generations maybe, it was not obvious to me what this brand is. It's actually from a company called National Bella Hess, and it's like a mail order catalog kind of company. They went bankrupt in 1971, so I know these diapers are older than that. And I'm really excited to open this package. Like it was an open package when I bought it, and so to be honest, this is supposed to be 1 dozen. I don't know if it's a dozen or not because I don't remember what it said when I bought it. So we're about to find out. So the modern flat I'm going to be comparing it to, because honestly I could compare it to any brand, but I figured I would just pick whatever was an economic, widely available brand, which is Oh So Cozy. This is an Oh So Cozy unbleached cotton flat. This is what I will be comparing these diapers to. So I did look on real quick because I buy my Oh So Cozy unbleached cotton flats from Happy Behinds. They do start at 27 by 27 before they're washed. And so this one has shrunk to 26 inches by 23.5 inches. Of course, this Oh So Cozy flat, like most flat diapers, has this like sort of pressed hem side, and then they have this actual like thicker hem. So this is actually pretty common. I forget what the technical name is for that. I'm sure one of you would know and correct me because I don't know, and I'm probably not going to take the time to look it up. And then of course you can just kind of tell it's a thicker material. Definitely not, it's not super thick, but definitely not like flour sack towel or Gerber flat quality. You know, for the record, this is a flour sack towel. You can definitely see like my hand through it pretty easily, versus this is substantially thicker. And then when you look at it up close, like you can really appreciate like the bird's eye. That's why it's called bird's eye. It has that texture. Now let's see what I got in here. Now obviously I'm comparing a prepped Oh So Cozy with an unprepped bird's eye, so I will be washing these and then doing another measurement on these. But these should be measuring 27 by 27, and they kind of don't. That is 26.5 at best, but if you look, this corner, it comes up a little bit right at the corner. And so really, if I were to center this and pull this up, it's only 26 inches, not 27. If I turn it the other way, same thing, it's not quite 26 inches. So Bellcrest is smaller than advertised. So far, this hasn't been prepped. It's a little bit, I would say a little bit thinner than the Oh So Cozy. And then another very notable difference is you have that sort of pressed side, and then you have this pinked side. And what's interesting is that I see this a lot, where the edge is this like tight weave with a pinked edge, and then you have the bird's eye. And this is their bird's eye. Slightly different, but you can see that it's bird's eye. Let's see how many I actually got out of that. That's definitely not a dozen. 5 and 6. So out of that pack, it was missing half a dozen diapers. I knew it was going to be missing some, and that's okay because this is going to be enough for me to be able to wash and test use them. So let's get these washed up. So these have been washed and dried, and since being washed, they've gotten kind of fuzzy around those little points there, and they have shrunk to now 24 inches by, I killed the tape measure, by 25 inches. So overlapped, you have probably, it's actually really funny how uneven that edge is. On this end, it overlaps by about an inch. So let's see how well these two absorb compared to each other. So the process for this is going to be really simple. I'm going to take each flat and pad fold it. Then I'm going to do a dry weight in ounces. The vintage diaper, according to my kitchen scale, weighs 1.75 ounces. My Oh So Cozy weighs 2.8 ounces. I think we can tell based just on the dry weight that it's likely this is going to absorb substantially more, but we'll see. I'm then going to take each diaper and pour 12 ounces of warm water over each, slowly, until it starts to breach through. So starting with the vintage diaper, I'm going to pour slowly over the top. There it goes. Breached through. I'm going to dump this back into here, and I'm going to gently compress this diaper. The idea is that if a baby was wearing this diaper would be leaking out the cover if it was this saturated. So we want it to not drip at all. That looks pretty good. We are now going to do the same with this diaper. There it goes. And then we're going to gently compress this diaper as well. No more dripping. Now the idea, both of these diapers are now at what would be considered max saturation, where the diaper is as full as it can get without dripping. So that's like max saturation. We have 3.5 ounces of water left for the Oh So Cozy. And for the vintage diaper, we have 6 ounces left. Then what I do is to get a more of an ideal saturation, something where that's the wetness you would want to change your baby at, not maximum saturation, but more of an ideal saturation. I give it a quick wring, and that is still fully soaked, but this wouldn't leak through PUL at all. And I will dump that back in the glass jar. Do the same thing to this one. Is this very scientific? No. And so now we have exactly 8 ounces left in the vintage and 6 ounces left in the measuring jar for the modern diaper. So now we can do a wet weight. The vintage diaper now weighs 5.6 ounces. The modern diaper now weighs 8.25. Now the thing is, fluid ounces aren't the same as ounces. Water has a weight. So what I'm going to do is actually weigh my water. So I'm going to put that on the scale and zero out my scale to account for the container. 4 ounces of water. So 4 ounces of water weighs 4.15 ounces, which means my water weighs approximately 1.04 ounces per fluid ounce. Based on volume, the max hold for the vintage diaper was approximately 6 fluid ounces, where the ideal, like more like the true max, if you would call it that, would be more like 4 ounces. It could comfortably hold 4 ounces without breaching the diaper. Conversely, the modern flat diaper, the Oh So Cozy, could hold 8.5 fluid ounces as a very full max saturation. The more ideal max saturation, where you wouldn't be leaking out of your diaper, is about 6 fluid ounces. Based on weight, more specifically, the vintage diaper held about 3.7 fluid ounces, and the modern Oh So Cozy held 5.24 ounces. You know, with those kinds of numbers, it's no wonder why people thought disposable diapers were amazing. These really don't hold much. That's what's so awesome about modern cloth diapering, though. Like, just the flats alone have upgraded drastically. The quality of materials is far superior. Let's see how well they hold up on you. You wanna try one on? So I figured, in the nature of this experiment, that I would use these diapers the way my grandmother would have used them. If you've seen my other video, you've watched her demonstrate how she folded her diapers, which was really quite simple. She folded hers into thirds and then just adjusted this to the length that she needed. much easier to put the pin through this material than it is through some of the more modern flats because of how thick the other modern flats are. Let's see if I can get this good and snug on you. There we go. This does not look like it will hold very well. Not necessarily the diaper staying on so much as the absorbency. That is so thin. You ready to go play? It's been like a whole 10 minutes maybe, and I already got peed on. It beat it out a little bit and it definitely got on me. Not super bad. I mean, if you can tell, right there, it got on me. I don't wish this though on anybody. Well, we can all see how that went, and he's still dry in the back. They probably had to change more frequently, I'm sure. Like cloth diapers you should change more frequently anyways, and honestly diapers should just be changed when a baby pees, period. You would definitely have to change more frequently with these vintage diapers. Ooh, birthmark! So that's been my experience with vintage flats, which has been kind of fun, hasn't it? Kind of eye-opening to some of the stuff that my grandmothers had to basically put up with diapering their babies, and I am kind of curious now about if, like, you know, if this is kind of how all vintage flats are, or maybe just the brand I got. If I read correctly, I believe the National Bella Hess, I think the point of that catalog was supposed to be cheaper products. So what happened was I found a catalog on eBay, and the seller was very generous enough to send me pictures, and so this was from 1931. I don't know the age of the diapers I have. I doubt they're from 31, but based on the pricing from 31 converted to today's dollars, it was for the 27 inch by 27 inch, it said it was like 77 cents, and converted to today's money would be about 13 bucks, which is still cheaper than what we pay for our modern flats, which are basically $20 a dozen on the very cheaper end of flats. But our cheaper end of flats are superior quality to the stuff they were using then, that's for sure. At least in regards to the vintage diapers that I have. Since interviewing my grandmother, I have been kind of interested in what she might have had her hands on and was using. So it's been a little bit of a fun experience. You know, minus the getting peed on part. That's basically it. Like I had said a couple weeks ago, I am really curious about how other vintage flats compare with modern flats, although I get this feeling that it's generally the same. Now I'm sort of debating if I want to try out some other vintage flats and see how they compare. But you know, my science-y experiments and stuff, I mean, they're all just sort of estimates. They're not perfect. It's about as science-y as I can get in my kitchen, but it was fun to do. So thank you for watching. This challenge is going by great. This year definitely having far more success than previous years. I hope everything's going really well with all of you guys who are participating as well. The link for those commemorative pins, as well as the Rafflecopter $25 giveaway link, they're all in the description box below. And I hope all of you have a blessed day. But I will